What's a song that you know that people would be surprised that you know?
I would say it's a country song. It's the Hannah Montana song. The one from the movie.
I know a lot of country music.
Like what?
Like J Bug, Willie Nelson. I also know Backstreet Boys.
What Backstreet Boys song do you know, Hugs?
Shoot. Tell me why.
Because my mom listened to a lot of Lauryn Hill, so X Factor. I know that whole song, and people be surprised. So yeah. Oh, Hannah Montana song that I know, like, but I don't tell nobody. The joint "You Belong With Me." I know it.
I just know a lot of songs that come on like the old people radio, and sometimes I know like weird Stevie Wonder songs. I know Superstitions, which a lot of people didn't think I knew. I know a lot of Hannah Montana. I used to watch the show. It goes something done all around you, that make it through. Yeah, it's a pretty good song. But I also know a lot of Queen. I like Queen.
What Bon Jovi song do you know, Snacks?
Now we got each other, you know what I'm saying? And that's a lot for love. We'll give it a shot. Someone sing it, guy. We're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it out.
I don't even know what just happened right there.
We should start singing Candy Girl now.
What I want to talk about today is just something really quick and really sort of timely for me, but some of you might be dealing with this year also, or in years to come, or maybe you've dealt with it in the past. And if you have, I'm going to just preemptively ask you to maybe say something about that in the comments, or go to our Facebook. There's a new Facebook group called Real Rap with Reynolds Teacher Talk, or Teacher Talk, or Reynolds, something like that. I'll link it on here. And the idea behind the Facebook group was to help folks like have a space that was safe. So like sometimes the comments are too public and you might be nervous someone's going to see it, but the Facebook group allows you to be sort of like more protected. So what I'm talking about anyway is over break, on my birthday on November 20th, my grandmother fell. She was in the hospital for 5 weeks, and that was difficult. And then she got moved to hospice, and then she was in there for a week, and she passed away on Christmas Eve morning. And so it was difficult because it meant I had missed almost the entire week of school before break. Then I was on break and I was like dealing with funerals and funeral plans and cleaning out apartments and all this stuff and all the family kind of stuff that comes up with funerals, whether both good and bad. And I just started thinking like how thankful I was actually that I had 2 weeks of winter break after that happened. And that is not always the case, right? And so what I got to thinking about was what it's like to have something traumatic happen, something heartbreaking happen, and then coming back to school from that. And how do you do that? What do you do if your parents die, or if you have a miscarriage? If there was a tragic accident and someone didn't die, but they're in the hospital and they're really hurt? What do you do if you get separated or divorced, or your dog dies? And for some of these things, you can actually get off from school for them, right? There's like in the US anyway, we have you're allowed off school like if your parent dies or something happens to your child. But sometimes it can be hard when it was like a friend that died and you don't necessarily get time off that's paid for that. So all I can really speak to is like my own experience for this. Like I can't, like I get how it should be. There's just thousands of you and one of me, and so I just want to say what kind of like has worked for me. I think the first thing that really carries you through this is having friends at school. Like this is one of those times when the relationships that you build with people actually, they mean something, right? They can be there for you. They can, my friends, if I call out, they will cover my classes for me. If I need to leave early at the end of the day because I wanted to go to the hospital or I needed to step out to go to a doctor's visit with my grandmother, they were more than happy to cover my class. And it's also a time that gives your students a chance to be empathetic towards you. And so one of the questions I get a lot from folks is like, should I tell people, the kids, that I'm pregnant, that I had a miscarriage, that I am getting divorced? And a lot of that's going to depend on what your relationship is. Like, I don't want to tell you to share more information than you're comfortable with, but it's worth thinking about, because when the students know, my students have always responded. Now, whether that's I needed a root canal and I couldn't talk, or I had the flu, or I had a sore throat, or whatever it was, students have always responded with such care. And so several years ago, my wife had a miscarriage. We thought we were having our third child. We were very excited about it. And in the middle of the night, something went wrong. And by the time school started in the morning, she wasn't pregnant any longer. And I made the decision to tell my students because I was feeling like crap. It was heartbreaking. And so when my grandmother got sick and she was in the hospital, I told the boys, I'm not going to be here. I need to take care of my grandmother. And that gave them the chance to really step up and care about me. So I got phone calls from kids while I was in the hospital. I got text messages. I got video messages from the class saying, yo, Reynolds, we really care about you. We really hope that all is well. And when I came back to school after break, I got tons of hugs from people. I got concerned letters. I got notes in their journals that Mr. Fines, my co-teacher, gave them the space to write something to me in their journals. And I got that from several classes. But that only comes from building those relationships. One of the greatest gifts we can give students is to teach them to be empathetic and to look out for others. And sometimes we can do that by being the example, by not only being the ones that are empathetic to the kids all the time, but being the ones that are going through the hardship, through the heartbreak, and then letting the kids be there for us. And then I'll say the principal was also excellent about it. When I sent him the email, I told him what was going on. I said, I'm not sure how much I'm going to be in school this week. I was told by the principal to just take off, to not worry about it, to be with my family. And that gives you such a level of comfort. In a world where teachers are afraid to call out sick, to have someone email you and say, dude, don't even worry about it. Go be with your family. We got you covered. It didn't ask for lesson plans, didn't ask for emergency lesson plans, didn't ask me to come in and set things up, didn't ask me to call the sub service, didn't ask me to do anything except just go be with my family, which is exactly what I needed. And the last thing that I sort of did as a gift to myself was I didn't work over break. I didn't work on YouTube stuff. I didn't work on the emails that I got from sponsorships, from speaking engagements, from students, from parents. I didn't grade anything. I didn't plan anything. I literally walked in Monday morning without a plan because I gave myself that much time to sort of recuperate. There was too much going on. And when we try to cram more into ourselves, that's when you end up getting sick. That's when you end up getting burnt out. Take the time I'm giving you permission right now, as if you needed it from me, to take the time off to take care of yourself, and then let others take care of you as well. Look, maybe you have friends at school, maybe you don't, maybe you're the one in your school and you have a hard time fitting in. Maybe you're a little bit more closed off, or you're introverted and you don't really let people in. But I will say, and this sounds contrary to all popular belief, that online is a good place to connect. That in the comment section, so on every single live feed, it is nothing but love. Occasionally there's some weird kid that shows up on there trying to hook up with people or saying weird stuff. But most of the time, it's just love on there. On the Facebook group, it's all love. Through DMs, through emails. Make those connections with other teachers on the internet, and that can be your circle there. Maybe it doesn't exist where you are, but it doesn't mean you can't create it elsewhere. And so to all of you that are out there dealing with something right now, all of you that have gone through loss or that feel like you're going to go through loss this year because something is on the horizon, I just want you to know that I'm truly thinking about you, praying about you, and hoping for you. So after saying all this, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna go for my run, because I'm running every day this year, drink a glass of wine, play video games with my kids, and just chill. Because there's no time limit to getting better. And I'm going to just take the time that I need. That's it, everybody. Peace.